knowing that I would be putting myself and my child at risk.
Well, but so and at least in this case, you've had an assist in your decision because it could be dangerous for you. So that really helped. Because I have to tell you now, don't be small, okay? Being a guy, it's never come up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I would think, God, that would be such a thing to wrestle with, because, and if you're let's say normal girl, pregnant, and I would say to you something else too. Sometimes people don't realize that children are forever. They don't just get up, grow, and go away. They stay with you.
They stay forever, and eventually those children will be taking care of your old self. So
yeah. So I mean,
treat us well.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like so. But I mean, I could also understand. I can understand having an abortion because you're not prepared to take that responsibility to do all that stuff. But
if you are a healthy, now we're going to get into the abortion. If you are a healthy woman,
right,
and you get pregnant,
right, have the child put up to adoption.
Yes,
why not, right?
Because how you got yourself in that position. Period.
Underlined.
And I have pregnant students, and they come and they try and get sympathy for me, and I flat out, you are not getting sympathy for me. I'm sorry that you're stuck in this situation, but you knew what you were doing.
That's right.
When you decided to engage in that act.
That's right.
And you knew the risks.
That's right.
So you get no sympathy from me.
But
I don't, and I told them, I couldn't come to school yesterday, I had morning sickness. That is not my problem.
That's right. I mean,
it's your grade.
Math.
Yeah, it's your grade that's suffering. It's not my problem. And I tell them that. But I think that that's the harsh reality some kids don't get. But it's even if you can't afford a child, if you are pregnant and you realize that you can't afford a child,
right.
I believe that for every one person that has a pregnancy that they don't want,
right.
there are probably 2 or 3 people who are trying to get pregnant
and
can't
love to have a child.
would love to have a child.
Yeah, so I go with that 100%. Going with the abortion. I'm going with the adoption, and
now I will say if rape and incest or whatever.
That's different.
But don't send us some emails. Yeah, don't send us some emails about abortion, rape. So
all right, yeah, because that was a forced situation. That wasn't a decision that you made. And I love this. This ties into something we said weeks ago. If we weren't promoting sex to every little kid at every turn on every single thing, maybe they would find out that abstinence prior to a relationship is not the worst thing that could happen to you. Okay, and even if that's the gold standard, abstinence, and but you're smart and you use birth control and you do protection and you take care of yourself and you don't allow yourself to be put in that position. That's why all these things tie together. That's why when Hannah Montana is making googly eyes at some guy and they're talking about wanting to go out with a senior and this one wants to go out with a senior and all sorts of stuff, these are kids. Why aren't they are pushing these children into adult situations because it looks cute on TV.
But when I was in high school,
right,
and I was a freshman,
right,
I wanted to go out with a senior. They looked better. They were dreamy. They were muscular. They were built. They were mature. Not the scrawny kids that I went to high school with as freshmen. Mature, yeah.
Not mature.
So when you say it like that, yeah.
Yo, but that's the difference between
there wasn't sex on TV when I was, there was, but it wasn't to the extent that it is now. Yeah, but I was still making googly eyes at the seniors.
Right, but I bet you we had much, when I was growing up, if a young lady got pregnant, it was a big deal.
Right.
It was a big deal. Now,
it was a big deal. It was a big deal when I was in high school too.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. It's like we've got to get some. I'm not. Why did I tell you all that stuff about the sex before? Because I'm not a Puritan. I have lived a very full and marvelous life. But even the whiz, learned that sex ain't everything. That there's so many other wonderful things in life. And the only thing you take with you when you leave this life is your character. And that's all you ever have. The only thing you ever have is your word and the things you believe in and how you treat other people. That's all it is. When you don't take your money with you, and we don't really have time to get off on this, but let me just throw at you. That's why you have to look at your value system. Okay, what is important to you? Okay, what are the real things that matter? Is it and then we talked about this too. Maybe mom and dad, if they're working 2 jobs, maybe they don't have to live in that big house. Maybe they don't have to live. Maybe they could cut back on that and spend that time with their kids. So that's what I'm trying to say. We have an upside down kind of world right now where values, money, big cars, extra babes, all this other stuff or extra guy, whatever it is, okay? Look at the commercials. You can just see the kind of tripe we're selling every day, okay? Where are our values? We need to, I'm the guy, me, the whiz, is the one that's telling you sex ain't everything? Do you know what I mean? I couldn't even tell you some of the stories in my life.
Thank God.
Okay? I wouldn't dare. But the fact of the matter is, I learned. Okay? And you need to learn. And you don't have to go do all that stuff to learn it. You know what I mean? One of the great, the kids go through college and they're amazed at how much their folks have learned. Okay? That's a joke, and we hear it a lot. But the fact of the matter is, and I said this on another show, and I'll just plug it in quickly here, if the adults and the senior citizens in this country do not get their act together and take control of what's going on, these kids are going to wake up and they're not going to know what happened. And they're going to think living in Greece is okay. And I don't mean that as a slam to Greece. We are an exceptional country. We have done exceptional things. We have been more altruistic and more generous and more kind than any other country that has ever existed. Okay, and you can't do that if you don't have the wherewithal to do it. There has never been a country that has gone and fought for another country and gone home. It's never happened. They went, they fought, they stayed. They took the land, they took the natural resources, because that's why they were doing it. Okay, that's why it scares me when Donald Trump says, are we going to just take that oil from them? No. But
I really hope that man does not run for president.
No, I don't think he can. But the thing that I would say to you, but on the other side of that,
I'd vote for McCain and Palin before I vote for Donald Trump.
It's good to know you have good hope.
Just
but the point that I'm trying to make is, but on the other side of that coin, the people in Iraq should have gone out of their way to make that oil available to us, because we're paying them to bring it out of the ground. No, because we wouldn't. Listen, they had a guy in charge that was putting Olympic people that failed in wood chippers. Okay?
Right.
Do you have any idea?
No, I understand that part.
So we saved them from a hideous, odious, horrible person. And we didn't do it for a pat on the back. But you would have thought that they would have been so happy to be saved from this horrible stuff that they would have stepped up themselves and said, here, take this oil. Pay us something fair.
But I don't think that's our style. I think that would.
They should have done it. They should have done it on their own.
No, I think that would. But maybe they did, and we said no.
No, I know. I don't see that happening.
I would feel very selfish. I would feel very selfish as a country if, if we
got paid back.
Well, because that's not who we are. Like you said,
it's not us. That's right.
Exactly.
We are exceptional.
Why? So, maybe. I don't know. I would feel very selfish because they could use that resource
to build themselves up, and that's what we're letting them do.
Which is what they need to do.
That's right, and that's the kind of country America has been. That's why I get so upset when we have people in charge of America that hate it. Let's try and end on a happy note. This is going to be fun. I'm leaving out.
Ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream. You know where I get the ice cream from?
I have no idea.
Well, I really like ice cream. I really love ice cream. When my mom used to go out to dinner, she used to decide what she was having for dessert. Then she would get the food.
But that's what I do. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Good for you. I never came across that.
I really hope. It annoys me so much when the dessert menu is not part of the regular menu.
Really?
Right, because I want to know what are my dessert options, and if there's something I might want for dessert, I will then eat
accordingly.
I will then eat. So if I see some really delicious, like chocolatey, heavy looking like brownie with ice cream thing, I'm gonna have a salad. Because then I know I'll have enough room to finish my dessert.
Yeah, but that's wonderful. That's how my mom was. And and so I joke when I'm out with people and stuff like that, and sometimes in the work that we do, they have a snack, and we're going to take a picture, and then the kid has the snack, and the kid gives the snack to the parent to hold. And then I always joke with them and say that when I did that with my mom, I got half back. You know what I mean? That thing, this, and I was just thinking to myself, what about those parents? Most moms are always fighting with their weight, with their diet, whatever. And when you have a child, it affects your body, it affects your system, okay? And it's very hard, See, you'll appreciate this. That's the question I want to ask Sarah Palin. How do you have 5 kids and keep your figure and your body and all that stuff? I bet you she exercises or something.
She probably has a personal exercise somebody.
No, I don't think so. I think she's I think you're going to find out she's a very, very much more. I think she's a lot more like you and me than she is like any of those people that she's out there running against. I think she's a very normal person.
I would love to meet her. I got a boatload of questions for her.
Well, you'll be happy to know that just the other day, they changed their website, and I have invited her to come down and appear on Angel and the Wiz, and I got an email back from them saying that they would be, that they would be in touch and stuff like that, and I am not expecting it to happen. I just want you to know that I did invite her to come down, okay? Just so that you know, just so we're on the same page. But what I was about to say, which has nothing to do with
Dear
that.
Miss Palin, please come down. You will fulfill his wildest fantasies. Thank you.
No, don't say fantasies.
Love
Fantasies sound sexual. It's not that.
It's not a sexual. It's your fantasies of
I think she's
interviewing her and conversing with her.
She is a great woman.
Fantasy.
She is a great woman.
I did not mean that in any sexual sense.
Okay, thank you. Because after all the stuff that we just talked about, fantasies, that's
that
word. See, you say fantasy, and people already go off, and she's got to carry that around anyway. She's made sin of being attractive, and they hammer her for that too, and they make fun of her because she's pretty. Because pretty women are supposed to be stupid. Well, they aren't stupid. Sometimes pretty women are smart as a tack, and you're a great example of that. And you know what kind of smarts you have?
What?
You have the kind of smarts that can hear something that you didn't believe before, and if it's true, you can see it's true. That doesn't mean you change your mind, but it means you can see it's honest, or you can see the truth in it. That is a great gift. That shows your intelligence.
I've been using this phrase lately that I understand, but just because I understand doesn't mean that you
agree or endorse.
Right, that I agree, that I endorse, or that whatever emotions your sentence might have said,
right.
You could have said something that I found hurtful towards me. I might understand. I understand your opinion.
I didn't say a thing.
No.
Okay.
But this is an example.
Okay,
I understand your opinion,
right.
But that doesn't mean
you agree.
I hurt any less. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely,
exactly.
absolutely.
So I understand. I'm very,
Yeah. But you have the intelligence.
I do.
To be able to see the truth if it's explained to you, okay? And I respect that to no end, because with some people, you know what I mean? With some, how you can tell those people that don't know what's going on. The more you talk to them,